One super important vital piece of being a writer is learning how to take breaks. For me, writing is one of my hobbies, but also something I'm trying to turn into a career. And by having a hobby being something so important and integral to my life, something that if I'm not working on it, doesn't make me feel like myself, when am I taking breaks? And that's something that I'm sure you have dealt with. That's something I'm sure that a lot of writers have dealt with, where this hobby, this thing that they love, is something that they're trying to turn into their career because they love it so much. And that is amazing. That is fantastic. There's no issue with that at all, except you're probably not taking enough time for yourself on other things. I would suggest having 2 days a week where you aren't working on this hobby or this side hustle. And that is from the perspective of somebody who doesn't have many other side hustles. So I don't know if your side hustle or your other job or whatever, you need to work on it every single day. But I would highly suggest, if this is a hobby that you're turning into something like that, taking a break from it a couple times a week. For me, I take a break from my writing on Wednesdays and Sundays. Those are 2 days where I don't really work on it. Yes, I will still write a sentence or brainstorm something or whatever, so I don't have any 0 days. So I'm constantly every day working on it, but I only do those things in a very small amount so that I am just getting a little bit, not spending hours writing, not spending hours outlining, brainstorming, whatever, just write a sentence and then I'm done for that day. And I think if you do take a break, it will help you refresh and reinvigorate you to make sure that you are able to keep going, and so you don't learn to hate this thing. Because we're working on this so much because we love it and we want to turn it into something special. Even if you're not trying to turn this writing or whatever hobby you have into a side hustle or your full-time career or whatever, it's still good to take a break from it, because that way you won't learn to hate it. A lot of people say that when their thing became their job, they didn't like it as much. Of course, they still enjoyed it, but it wasn't as good. Those early days where they got up at 5 a.m. to get their writing in, or those late nights where they were staying up super late and losing sleep to get that chapter done, they missed those days because it was sort of romanticized and mystical in a certain way. It's spiritual because you are sacrificing your sleep, you're sacrificing time with others so that you can get this thing done. And when you turn it into a job, well, it's different. Of course, it's still really cool, or I assume it's still really cool because I'm not there yet. But it's your job now. It's something you need to do to make money, and that adds stress to it. That adds some pressure to it. So I would say, learn to take breaks. That way, when it does become your job, you can create a better work-life balance. Yeah. Don't feel guilty when it comes to doing this and taking a break. Don't feel guilty at all. It's okay to take time for yourself. Yesterday, I didn't do anything except for play Destiny 2. And that's just because I was having a really bad day. I wasn't feeling well. I felt kind of sick, and it was Wednesday. And so I was like, well, you know what? I don't feel good. I'm taking a break from today. And I basically, just played Destiny 2 for like 6 hours. And that might not have been the best thing to do, but it did help take my mind off things. And I was able to relax and have fun and even play with some friends. And I just think taking breaks is really important because, yes, we may feel like we don't have any time. I am constantly burdened by the idea of my mortality. But I still need to take a break from these things, because if I'm working on them every single day, or if I'm stressing about it every single day, I'm not going to enjoy it as much. And that's really the essence of it. We want to enjoy it. Yeah. But that's basically my ideas. My takeaway from this is take some breaks, take some time, and don't feel guilty about it. It's going to be okay. If you're working on it every day and you take a little bit of time off, it's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. The story, the YouTube channel, whatever, is going to be there tomorrow. And it may not be optimized properly, or it may fall short a little bit, but in the end, your happiness is really, really important. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video, Comment if you agree, disagree. I would love to have a discussion about this with you down below, and subscribe because I'm trying to hit my goal. And if you want to support me here and see a book go from outline to fully published, follow and subscribe to my Patreon. It's only $5 a month, and you're going to get a lot of really cool perks. Thank you so much. Have a great day.